So the topic today is self-help is self-defeating. And I know it's a heavy topic because a lot of you out there may be in a rut, maybe in a situation where you are addicted to self-help books. And don't worry, I've been there. I've been in that situation and I know how rough it is. Okay. In the year 2017 or 2016, I was in a very rough stage of my life where I wanted to develop myself. I wasn't really happy with where I was in life and I wanted to change things. I wanted to be more fit. I wanted to be a better networker. I wanted to be a better public speaker. I wanted so many things in life that I didn't have. And the first thing I jumped on was self-help books. Okay. I wasn't even a reader back then, but I jumped on that bandwagon. Okay. I started off with 48 Laws of Power. Okay. And it was incredible. I was reading these stories, these lessons, and I thought that, wow, these lessons, these stories will somehow become a part of me and I will somehow do these things. And starting off with one, I kept snowballing. I kept reading more and more and more and more. And they all followed the very general theme. They followed the theme of sharing stories, personal experiences of an author or parts of history, framing them in a way in which they tell you to do something. Okay, you have to do this, this, this. And I compare self-help books to that of a friend. Okay, you have a relationship with a friend. Okay, and your relationship might be mutual. Okay, you're learning from your friend, you're developing because your friend is such a positive influence. Now there are two types of friendships. Okay, one type of friend is the friend who keeps telling you to do something. He tells you he's a very successful friend, but he keeps telling you, Osama, you need to do this. 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 And all he does is share his own personal stories and tells you, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. There comes a point where his information that he gives is valuable. It has value and it may actually help you in life, but it's not personalized. It has no depth to it. Okay. It's very shallow. It's only derived from his experience and his life experience. There comes a point where a majority of the things he tells you to do just slide off your head, right? Just slide off water off a duck's back. And it's unfortunate because your friend thinks that he's helping you, all right? Whereas majority of that stuff is just sliding off your back, okay? Books are interesting. Books, the power of books is incredible. They change your life and your knowledge compiles over time. Don't take this as an attack on books. This is rather an attack on the specific category of self-help. The way self-help presents lessons, the way it puts out actionable ideas is not an effective way. It's not an effective way for people. And the problem is that a lot of people that are trying to get into reading, trying to develop a reading habit, the very first books that they pick up is self-help. Okay. And I wouldn't discourage that. Like I would say that, hey, you know what? Whatever gets your wheels turning, right? If you're starting off a reading habit and you want to start off with self-help, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's personally how I started developing my reading habit, and I would encourage it, okay? But what happens is overconsumption of self-help, it becomes a problem. And you'll slowly start to see that the human mind is unique because it rationalizes, okay? For example, if you're reading a self-help book, you're reading that book with the intention to motivate you and inspire you to go out into the world and actually act, do those actions, okay? But for me, what happens, or a lot of people, is that once you read self-help is you feel like you actually completed those tasks and you actually went through that journey and you ended up doing those things. That confuses your mind. That confuses your mind into telling yourself that I'm already successful and I've already done this. It puts you in a bit of a destructive loop. Those are some of the negative side effects of self-help. And the last point that I'd like to give you is that self-help books are not written for your benefit. These books are written so that authors can bank out, can really dish out big bucks. Okay? They're there to solve your problem, your unique problem, but a lot of the intention lies behind corporate intentions to make a big buck off this book. What I would tell you is, okay, what type of books should you read? You should read a wide selection of books. That really depends on who you are and what your personality is. What is your ambition? Do you want to be an artist? Do you want a book to spark your creativity? Are you someone who's in the hardcore corporate lawyer? Do you want to be inspired in that direction? Are you an advocate for some sort of human rights activist? You may want to read something else, okay? So books should be catered toward that unique individual, just like friendships are catered toward unique people, okay? No friendship is alike. They themselves derive benefit from those individuals. For me, my life had been changed because of one book that I read, one epic biography, one epic history book, one book on history that I just pulled off the shelf. It gave me more benefit than a million self-help books that I've read, okay? One audiobook on food, it changed the perspective in which I see food. Books are life-changing, and self-help has its own place, but I want to really speak out against the overconsumption of self-help book. It leads to inaction. It leads to you becoming less satisfied with yourself. Yeah, if you want to be successful, I think there are other routes to success. There are so many different books that you can consume. So yeah, that's my message, and I hope I didn't offend anyone. And even if I did, I think that's fine, because that's my personal experience, and just want to help you out with that. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.